Welcome once again to Musings by Danon. Today we have another patron-sponsored deck list. Today's video is brought to us by Patreon supporter Nick. Nick, like many of us who participated in the Jumpstart 2022 event, received a copy of Kibo Uktabi Prince, and he now wants to build a deck around it. He wanted something with ape or monkey tribal, but didn't mind a few changelings in the deck. He also wanted to keep the deck's budget under $200. Before we take a closer look at our commander, I'd like to quickly ask you to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel, and it's free. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. Kibo Uktabi Prince is a 3-mana, 2/2 legendary monkey noble with 3 abilities, 2 of them triggered, and 1 of them an activated ability. The activated ability requires us to tap Kibo, and then each player creates a banana token, a colorless artifact that can be tapped and sacrificed to add 1 of either red or green mana, and gains the user 2 life. The first triggered ability says that whenever an artifact an opponent controls is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, we put a +1/+1 counter on each ape or monkey we control. Finally, whenever Kibo attacks, the defending player sacrifices an artifact. So Kibo actually benefits us whenever an opponent sacrifices an artifact, be it a banana, or a treasure, or any other artifact. So we want a lot of monkeys or apes in our deck, but some +1/+1 shenanigans would also be beneficial. But before we get to our deck list, we should keep in mind our checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, 1 sudden I win card. Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Stomping Grounds, Spire Garden, Rockfall Vale, Rootbound Crag, Highland Forest, Wooded Ridgeline, Cinderglade, Carplusan Forest, Temple of Abandon, Slagwoods Bridge, Gruul Guildgate, Gruul Turf, Rugged Highlands, Kazandu Refuge, Racer's Ring, Timber Gorge, Shivan Oasis, Scavenger Grounds for Graveyard Hate, 5 Mountains, and 12 Forests. Descent into Avernus is a card I've been wanting to test in a deck for a while, and I think Kibo is the perfect deck for it. Jolene, the Plunder Queen, also works great with what this deck is trying to do. For mana rocks, we've got Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Liquimetal Torque, and Patriarch's Seal. For extra land ramp, we're running Farseek, Rampant Growth, Cultivate, Kodama's Reach, Skyshroud Claim, Burgeoning, and Azusa Lost with Seeking. Finally, Shadow in the Warp is here for cost reduction. Viridian Revel, Realm Walker, Silverback Shaman, Kami of Celebration, Big Score, Unexpected Windfall, Return of the Wild Speaker, Rishkar's Expertise, Shamanic Revelation, Colossal Majesty, and Harmonize all help us to churn through our deck and find the monkeys.
Apes win war! Apes together strong!
Collector Oof may seem like a bad choice in this deck, but played strategically, this card is insanely powerful. We've also got Silverback Elder, Uktabi Orangutan, Ravenous Baboons, Silk Guard, Abrade, Yavimaya Steel Crusher, Beast Within, Vandal Blast, Return to Nature, Naturalize, Ancient Grudge, Veil of Summer, and Cindervines. Hurricane, Windfall, Squall Line, Blasphemous Act, and Brotherhood's End. I know that's a lot, but 3 of them only hurt flying creatures, which decks like this tend to have a weakness against. Supporting our apes and +1/+1 strategy are Kodama of the West Tree, Iktekik Salvage Splicer, Invigorating Hot Spring, 1 with the Kami, Champion of Lampolt, Hardened Scales, Branching Evolution, Rhythm of the Wild, Sardian Avenger, and Maskwood Nexus. Tree Monkey, Coglo the Titan Ape, Towering Gibbons, Tarian Mauler, Bloodline Pretender, Grum the Lonely King, Scrounging Bandar, Ferocious Tigerilla, Curd Ape, Chameleon Colossus, Gorilla Berserkers, and Monkey Cage make up the core of our deck, and the cards we'll be using to beat our opponents to death. Now that we've got our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 52 mana sources split between 37 lands and 15 pieces of ramp. A little high, but some of our apes are a bit pricey. 11 pieces of card advantage. 14 pieces of interaction. 5 board wipes. 2 pieces of graveyard hate. No sudden I win cards, but lots of value and lots of ways to beat our opponents to death. This deck is a lot of fun to play, especially if we can get a Maskwood Nexus and an Uktabi Salvage Splicer on board. That combo basically doubles our commander's ability, and we have lots of ways to create and destroy artifacts in this deck. And if our opponents don't have any artifacts, we can always turn one of their permanents into one with a Liquid Metal Torque. As far as upgrades go, I really wanted to put in the best monkey in Magic, Ragavan Nimble Pilferer. But at $70, he was a bit hard to fit into the $200 budget. The other two big upgrades would be the Great Henge and Vorinclex Monstrous Raider, but the two of them combined come to about $100. So those 3 cards alone almost double the budget on this deck. But that's just how Magic works sometimes. Are you building a Kibo Uktabi Prince deck? Or any of the other commanders from Jumpstart 2022? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, there's a link to her Fiverr page below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. One of the tiers is specifically set up for Commander. For only $25, I will build you a custom Commander deck based around your specifications, and even do a deck video on it. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons, Jiraiya, Muffins, Casey, Nick, Marcus, Black Dragon, Phoenix of Ice, Squishy, RGC, and Brett. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander deck videos often, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Also, if you're a fan of anime and manga like I am, feel free to check out my other channel, Musings by Danon. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.